got visitors, Steve.
Oh wow!
So
put that down.
This is going to be a new series on my channel, and it's going to be called Galleon Sunday. Every Sunday, me and Steve get together and we work on our galleons, don't we?
We do.
It's a hobby I've had for many years. Obviously, me and Steve both like progressive rock very much.
Yes.
But I didn't realise till recently that he was also an aficionado of a galleon.
Absolutely.
Obviously, his isn't as big as mine, but we knew that right from the start. So, but yeah, he's. I said, well, how about we get together on a Sunday and just work on our galleons together, rather than because it's quite hard to find another aficionado.
Well, sometimes you need help, to attach certain things. You need an extra set of hands.
So, how did you originally get into the galleons?
Well, I started out on Airfix models.
Did you?
Yeah, Airfix models many years ago, and I think it just went from there. Really, I didn't find them challenging enough.
Well, like just Spitfires and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had the lunar module as well.
Yeah,
but I wanted something more grounded, and these are rather more intricate. And there's a lot more to get involved because a lot of the time you have to build them from scratch.
And the thing with one of these, once you finish them, in theory, you could stick them on the water. I mean, we never would now, but you could put them on the water. They would work as a boat, whereas a Spitfire,
it
just hits the ground, doesn't it?
So
with me, there was a film that was made in 1966 starring Michael Bentine. And in that film, there was this man that had made one of these sort of galleon, but it was one of those ones that you can put on the river with a remote control.
Yes.
And this bloke came along, and he was like psychotic, and he just basically saw this boat and smashed it to pieces. In fact,
sacrilege.
If I can find the scene where this happens, I'll put it in right now.
Never known me life. Watch it! Watch it! Watch it! Oh, watch it! Oh, great steaming compost. Hey, 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 hey,
Sacrilege.
So that's upsetting, isn't it? That is it's very upsetting.
Well, when you take into consideration how much time you take to build it from scratch, and then if somebody just comes along and trashes it, it's a travesty.
I think they should have
absolute travesty.
They should go to prison for stuff like that because they're such beautiful things, aren't they? If I just turn this around so you can see it. More end on, Obviously, mine's bigger than Steve's, but I've said that already. So this is So I hope you enjoy this video because it's going to be about an hour long. This is my anchor. You see, mine's made out of metal.
I've only got a little one there.
Yeah,
I've only got a little one.
Yeah.
Little anchor.
You see them? You could open.
See, I've got. Oh, your lifeboat's bigger than mine.
Of course it is. We knew that before we started.
Look at that.
But the thing is, mine. If you go into here now, right, you could actually go in here on mine. You've
got people on yours.
Yeah, of course I have.
This one's the Mary Celeste.
Yeah.
Because they've all deserted it and left. This one's the Mary Celeste of Galleons.
Are you enjoying this video? Because see, now we've started it. There's not much we can do with it. I mean, we enjoy ourselves doing this, don't we? But we can't just sit here doing
the practicalities of it. It's the kind of thing you'd put on to send someone to sleep, maybe.
Well, let's do a little bit of work. You watch what we're doing now and study what we're doing. You'll get drawn in by this. So let's just do a little bit of work.
We might get some converts, haven't we?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh. Attach this bit of rope down here. I'll have to get some little people for this.
Working 5. Okay.
Steve?
Yes?
I've got a confession to make.
Go on.
I know we do this every Sunday, but I haven't wanted to say this. I do find this a bit boring. I know you're into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, when I found out you're
into it... We've been doing
it
for 3 years.
I know. But the thing is that
Why didn't you tell me before?
Because I thought, well, I'll get a bigger one than you.
Which you have.
Which you, or for this whole 3 years, you've seemed to be you've not said much about it, but I'm sure
This took me 3 years to build this.
Well, I didn't build this one.
Well, where did you get it from then? You acquired it.
Well,
you had to have something bigger than mine, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, because you can see the work I'd put into this. It took me 3 years to build this, and then you've gone and bought that.
No, I haven't bought it like that. I just got my brother to do it because he's more practical than me.
And you've only had that one because it's bigger than mine.
Of course it is, yeah.
And you've got people. You've got people on yours, and you've got little things that open up. I haven't got that because it'll take another couple of years to do that.
I've got a mini disc player inside here. You know, I've got all my old mini discs.
But they didn't have mini disc back in them days. Come on, that's not very authentic.
I know, but
mine's only got cassette. You know, you've got mini disc. I've got cassette. And I've had to upgrade that from 8-track, as you say.
You know why we're talking about 8-track and cassette. You know why, Steve? I mean, you know, it's like like the wife said, you can't be doing prog, you can't be doing your music every single weekend. And so we said to each other, well, let's get another hobby. So we started doing the old Galleon thing. We've been doing it. I ain't been doing it. I've got to be honest. I don't want to pull the wool over your eyes. I bought it when we turned up. If you notice, I only ever do this like that. I don't
mess with it.
I just mess with it, and then I take it home.
I've built this from scratch, out of scrap.
Look, I'm wondering whether there is something we could do on a Sunday afternoon instead of the Galleons.
Old racing cars, maybe?
No, I don't want to do any of the models anymore.
Okay.
It's doing my head in and my eyesight's going. I've got the shakes and
So what are you going to do with that?
I don't know.
Now you bought it just to put mine to shame. Because it's bigger and newer and it's got people on it. And it's got a bigger anchor.
Well, you just
did it to prove a point, didn't you?
I'll tell you something. What would be nice... Rather than, can you imagine? I mean, we could sit and do Galleons, right? No, hear me out with this idea, Steve. Right?
Go on, then.
What could we do on a Sunday afternoon, you and me together, gentlemen of a certain age? What could we do on a Sunday afternoon that we really would love? Think about it.
Barbecue?
Could do that, yeah.
We could do a barbecue, yeah.
What's better than a barbecue?
Barbecue with beer.
Yeah. Well, I don't drink.
I know you don't.
No. So I couldn't have any beer.
No. Okay. So what could we do that we both enjoy doing on a Sunday afternoon? To do with music, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we could have some kind of a club.
I think we need a club.
Bring people in.
We need more people.
Bring people in to get involved. Because I don't think we'd get many people. You know, if we said we were going to open...
But we tried, didn't we? We did that advert in the paper.
You know what I mean?
And I did that thing on my YouTube.
Just the two of us, you know, 3 years, you know, it's just the two of us doing Galleons.
Yeah, I mean, we did have that one bloke turn up, remember?
He was a bit weird.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, he was a bit weird.
He was.
You know, we never actually...
We had to relocate after that.
We didn't see his face. That was the trouble. He always had a mask on.
Yeah, he was weird, wasn't he?
Scary. He
was weird, wasn't he, that fella?
Yeah, he was.
I didn't like it.
No.
And he had no Galleon with him, did he?
No.
Not at all.
Well, he actually cooked, you know, them little paper boats you make out of... That's all he had.
That's all he had.
A little piece of paper. Yeah. You know, I mean, we can all do that. It takes you like 5 minutes to do, but there's no skill in it.
No skill.
You know? So I was a bit disillusioned. I think
we need something...
He did not understand what we were trying to do with this. And I don't think you do. Because you're getting very disillusioned with the Galleon side of things.
Well, the thing with me is that, you know, if I'm not playing music, I like listening to music. Now, we listen to all music all the time. Often, we haven't done this for copyright, but normally we'd stick a bit of prog on with the back, we'd have something. You'd have Big Train on or something like that. Yeah. And I'll be trying to get Weather Report on, and that's always a bit of a tussle, but it's an enjoyable tussle. But what it is, how about if we went to see a gig on a Sunday afternoon? Because the golf club in town has been putting some traditional jazz on. Do you fancy going to see that? Yeah, some trad jazz, yeah.
Okay.
Al Bennett and his Gentlemen of Swing, it's called.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to go and see him? It's not your thing, is it?
Not really.
It's not really my thing.
No.
It's a shame you can't go and see a proper prog gig or a proper heavy jazz fusion gig. It's a shame you can't sit down on an afternoon, have a nice cup of tea. So you don't have to be staying up till 11, 12 o'clock at night. You know, all that rubbish you have to do.
Yeah.
Come out, you have to park your car, you get home, you got to work the next day, you know, Sunday afternoon. Isn't there any way we could go and see a gig?
Well, I think the only way you could do that is if you actually put one on yourself, so you had total control.
You're a genius. He's a genius, everybody.
You know, if you
tell us more. I'll write some notes. So, what would this?
Don't get to the mountain don't come to
exactly. Muhammad in the mountain. You've got to bring the mountain to Muhammad, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But the only challenge we've got, I mean, we know enough bands between.
Now we know all the bands,
right? The only challenge we've got is where we'd put it on.
Yeah,
maybe. Where would we put it on? Because 45 Live's gone now.
That was a venue in town. They all shut in these venues, aren't they? And people don't come out. Why don't they come out to see the gigs?
You know what? The one thing.
Why don't they come and see the gigs anymore? The old ones.
The one thing that I wanted to do was actually. Did you see the readers' poll in the Prog magazine? The last readers' poll.
No, I don't read that
on
magazine.
The biggest disappointment.
Steve, I've got a YouTube where I talk about progressive. I'm bigger than Prog magazine.
On the biggest disappointment was increased ticket sales, venues closing down. There were, out of the 10 issues, 5 were to do with live music. In fact,
did they have by any chance the fact that Andy Edwards wasn't featured in the poll in any way?
That was number 1.
It wasn't. It
was.
That's the biggest disappointment of me for last year. You know, I mean, a million people watching this, and I don't even get a mention in bloody Prog magazine. Jerry Ewing. Jerry Ewing. Think about it, Jerry Ewing. JR.
JR Ewing.
Who shot JR? Wasn't me. But I shot him and look now, look. Why haven't I been featured in there, Steve?
Well, that's another story.
I mean, he's put me in when I'm in the bands, but he won't put me in because of the channel.
Yeah.
It's mainstream media, see. They don't like us. They see us as unruly.
Yeah.
But you see, because I got the YouTube, you see, if I could market something like this on my YouTube. I could utilise them there. Because they don't really want to know about Galleons, do they? You don't want to know about Galleons. They want to know about prog and fusion. No, stop that now. Is you singing O'Needin line?
Yeah.
You get it? Do you get it? All you Americans that aren't like 80 years old. Who wrote the O'Needin line theme?
Well, I always thought it was...
Because it's an actual piece of classical music, isn't it? Is it Cacciatorian or something like that?
Yeah, they always seem to play it on Classic FM.
Is it Spartacus?
Something like that.
Put it in the comments. You see, I do this on purpose. You all think you want to be clever and you've just Googled it. So you put it in the comments now, what the O'Needin line is, and that gets the algorithm going. And why would we want to get the algorithm going? Because what we want is we could put on our own gigs.
Yeah.
Right? I could market it through the channel. Right? We could do them here.
What, here?
Yeah. We could either do them in this room, but there's loads of rooms here. And then people could come down to Jellyman, because tell them what it's like down here. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Amazing.
It's really nice, isn't it?
I have to admit, it's pretty amazing.
So, let's get some notes down. So, what are we going to call this?
Well, hang on.
I thought
so we could
thought we could call it Steve and Andy's
Galleon Hour.
No, we need to get the Galleons.
Get the Galleons out.
But although we could have the Galleons on display. You know what progressive rock fans like? They're going to love this, aren't they?
God, yeah.
When they come down to
especially yours, because it's bigger than mine.
Yeah.
And it's got people on it. You know, yours is much bigger and more interesting than mine. Much more.
Yeah, your wife said that as well. Anyway, Do you remember we went swimming?
I know. Is that?
I went swimming with your wife. This is actually true.
Yeah.
He was at bloody Prog Festival, wasn't
Yeah,
he? And
yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought I'm going to go and have a swim.
You
And
did.
then I got there, jumped in. Your wife was there.
She was, yeah.
Exactly what
and
she
it was
said.
from that moment on. Well, we won't go there.
What are we going to call it?
Well, let's give it some thought. When are we thinking of having it? On a Sunday,
Yeah.
right? So we're having it on a Sunday, and it's a sort of ongoing thing,
Like a
not
club.
just a one-off.
We're going to do it over and over again, aren't we?
So it'll be almost
If
like
we're going to do it over and over again, rather than people having to worry about buying tickets, could they just pay a one-off fee and then go and see all the gigs?
yes, that was
Is that a good
possibility.
idea?
Yeah.
And the thing is, what about all the people who can't get here because they live far away?
Well, there is that.
So what
Because
should
you've
we
got
do
people
then?
who've got economic, geographical, physical
Yeah.
challenges to overcome. Well, with the wonders of modern technology,
Yeah.
we can now offer maybe a streaming option. Where they can watch it online.
And again, they could either buy that individual ticket,
Individual
the
ti-
stream.
no,
that
we-
wouldn't be much, would it? Call it a
We
fiver or
put a
something.
whole year of gigs together.
Yeah.
So people know who's coming. Then they can pick and choose which
So
ones
it-
they want to come
so
to.
it-
But if you commit to a whole year, you actually benefit by getting it cheaper. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you do a one-off, right, so say a one-off would cost you a tenner, but if you commit to the whole year, which is 12 gigs, maybe do it for £60.
So
it
you're
works
talking
out
a
as a
whole
fiver.
year's worth of gigs for 60 quid.
£60, yeah? Streamed online.
And once we got that money in the pot, that means we can go to bands that normally wouldn't be able to gig because they're too weird. The sort of stuff that this lot like, but then the general public don't like. And because we got that pad of money, we can use bigger bands to share it out. And actually, once people are in the club,
Yeah.
they go, I went to see so-and-so last
Yeah.
week, they're a minute, but I might go along there because I know what I'm going to get, you see. And they can buy the
Well, you got the
streaming
choice
tickets.
then, haven't
Yeah.
you? You can either see them live in person or you can see them over the internet.
And the other thing is, those people who pay into it, even if they can't get to see all of them, they will be supporting live music.
Yes.
And so if they don't buy this, if they don't join the Sunday Club, they're actually bastards, aren't they? Aren't they? So all the ones who don't buy the ticket are bastards, but the ones who do buy it are decent people supporting live creative music
Yeah.
and not just listen to the old stuff all the time and then moaning in Prog magazine, nobody bothers to go to the gigs anymore. Well, buy the bloody tickets.
Yeah.
And I tell you what as well, if we do it here and I'm here, I can come out at half time and I can just go on for about 20 minutes about something I don't like. Now, Mitch Mitchell doesn't get mentioned, and I just don't know why, because what he did with Jimi Hendrix was incredible, and he is head and shoulders above any other drummer at that time. I think he's greater than Ginger Baker. He's absolutely incredible drummer. Are you tired?
I'm all right.
If you're yawning, you can't do that on a YouTube video. I'm going to have to edit that bit out now. I'm talking. Everyone's watching it. They're going, should I click off this? I've been doing it for nearly an hour. And then you yawn while I'm talking. Bloody hell. So this is the plan. Forget the Galleons, everybody. What this is about is the Sunday Club. It's a new thing that me and Steve are doing together. It's the first time like a YouTuber like me that talks about prog, talks about fusion, talks about all this weird music. We're actually going to put some gigs on. All the people who watch this channel, like the famous jazz fusion musicians, famous prog musicians, maybe they're travelling through the UK and think, oh, Nick, down to Andy. You give John Paul a ring, just see what he's saying.
Okay, hang on a minute.
You know, you don't have to do it on camera, just go and give him a call. If he's up for it, we'll get them on. What's his band again? Life Signs?
Life Signs.
With John Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, how you doing? You okay? Right, I know you guys are coming over in August the 9th. Do you remember? You're coming over to Jellyman's in Kidderminster? Yeah, well, would you be keen to do it nude?
Anyway, look, this is what we're talking about. This is a bit of silliness for you, a bit of silliness here, just to entertain you a little bit. And you've got to see a nice Galleon. I know many of you will like that. Please click on the links below and join the Sunday Club. Either join it, pay up, or you all go and have a look and just buy one-offs if you want to buy a one-off.
Yeah.
But the best thing would be to pay up for the year, right? So we can get some money behind it, so we can start booking the bands. He's actually got a whole ton of bands ready to go.
Yeah.
Some of them I've never heard of them. Some are really famous prog bands.
Yeah.
I'm going to be bringing in some future
Ghost of the
bands.
Machine, Deck Burke coming.
Deck Burke from Frost,
Richard West from Threshold with his wife, Legal Lights.
Yeah.
You've got Comedy of Errors from Scotland.
You've got Solstice, which is flavour of the month at the moment.
And Ebony Buckle, who she won Most Promising Newcomer.
Ebony Buckle, yeah.
Yeah. Band called Sonic Tapestry, who totally blew me away at HRH, and they were at the very first Fusion. They're coming in July. And
Steve's taste, even though he's a progger, he's not one of those progger that's only likes things like Marillion. He likes all sorts of stuff, and he brings stuff in on the fusion side, on the experimental side, on the straight prog side. So come on, if you live round here, buy yourself a season ticket, right? If you don't live round here, buy yourself a season ticket for the streaming. That's all you have to do, right? And on the 24th of May, we will be launching this with a very special gig here, but it will be on a Saturday.
It's not a Sunday.
It's not a Sunday, and it's not really part of the Sunday Club, but we will be launching it. It's actually the gig that I booked, and then I told Steve about it, and then he said, well, let's put it all together. So we will be having the incredible O.R.k, also known as O.R.k, which is Colin Edwin from Porcupine Trees Band, and Pat Mastalotto, who is like a bloody legend of prog drums.
Yeah.
And opening up for him will be Tim Bonus with me on drums. So I'm going to be playing on the inauguration, but I think I'm going to be playing on quite a few of these. If you can't get a support slot, then I might be doing it.
Well, I know Life Signs ain't got a drummer at the moment.
Haven't they?
No. No, because Zoltan's got some problems at home, so they were actually going to play.
What problems has he got?
I don't know.
I want to know. You can't
you
know nothing. You can't say that.
Well, it's private. It's private.
You know what it is, really, isn't it?
What?
It's a bloody Galleon thing. I know Zoltan.
Yeah.
But he lives far away. I said...
It's because he don't like Galleons.
No, he's Galleon obsessed. His wife's got fed up with it.
Oh, okay. So if he came, he'd want to start doing...
That's how we got him here. How could a little operation like us book someone like Life Size, if you think about it? We ain't got the budget to do it. I rang up Zoltan and I said, Zoltan, come over. He said, I can't be coming all the way over there. And I said, we've got Galleons. He went really furtive and he went, shh, keep it quiet, mate.
Okay.
So
he's a bit of a thing.
Of course he is. It's called Zoltan.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why I never really succeeded. A progressive rock drummer called Andy. He's called bloody Zoltan. I mean, what did his family think when they named him that? It's like calling your kid Cosmo or bloody, Thor's Hammer. It's like Thor's Hammer Edwards. Zoltan. What's his second name?
I think it's pronounced Korsch.
He's foreign, isn't he?
He's Swedish, I believe.
Yeah, they're all good in Sweden.
Zoltan Korsch.
They have the best progressive rock musicians.
Fantastic bands in the Scandinavian.
Could we get some of the bands I like over? What about who could we get over that would be brilliant in the future that we haven't got? We can lure them in by mentioning bands that we haven't got.
Well, the first proper Sunday club is Ebb, who are going down an absolute storm.
Can I get my aunt in to support Flo?
Canda Craig.
Now get rid of Candy Craig. We get Edmund Flo. This is what you need me for these ideas, Steve. Anyway, have you got the idea, you lot?
Yeah. The website is thesundayclub.net. It does need updating at the moment because obviously it was geared up to 45 Live, which is now no more. So obviously it will get updated over the next week, hopefully.
you want to see the room where we're thinking of doing them? You do? They want to see it.
Do they?
Yeah, I'll be putting on some stuff in here, but follow me. Come on, follow me. Let's have a look, shall we? Come on, Steve.
Let's go and have a look at this room.
We'll show you what we've got planned. That's amazing. So this is the room we're going to be doing it in here. And this room, it might look a little bit like it's set up for a, you know, Women's Institute tea and jam. You know, but this is a big room, as you can see. All right, you can see this is going to be the stage. The audience was there, we think. I think we're going to go for standing. You know what I'm thinking? We should go for standing, yeah.
To get more in.
We'll get more in, and I think especially for the first gig with O.R.k, because they're a pretty heavy band, so we don't want. So this is what we're going to be doing in here. This is the room. Now the thing is, right, this is an incredible room, beautiful, right? It's got digestive biscuits. That's going to lure a few of you in.
Yes.
But this is basically a big room, lovely room. It's a really nice environment. We're going to have a big stage at the end. We are going to have full PA. It's going to be the full works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know you have to use your imagination.
Yeah.
We will get rid of the bunting. Don't worry, the bunting won't be here unless you want it here. Just put in the comments. Now, if millions of you were to sign up and we suddenly realised we got 200 or 300 people coming, which is what we want in the long run, what do we do?
What do we do? Well, people would
Follow
have
this.
to go on their shoulders, maybe.
No, because this place happens to have. You follow me, Steve, because I move quick, you see.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I move quick.
Yeah, you wait till you see these guys.
We have this room here as well. Look at that. So this is probably around about an 800-seater venue, music venue.
Yeah.
And so the plan is, if we really could build something up, we could have all sorts of stuff going on here.
Yeah, they're having a yarn sale at the moment.
They are, yes. Is that what's going on down the corner, is it?
I think so.
So should we go and have a look at the stage? Come on. Whoa. I've got me filming a bit rubbish then. This is the stage. And as you can see, we've got all sorts of things here.
Including yarn and mannequins.
So, that's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're going to sign up, you lot. I'm not doing very good camera work with this. I'm used to using this on my own.
Yeah.
Come on then. Because there's other people in here at the moment. Do you think they're progressive rock fans?
This sail won't stay up. I think I need to have a bit of glue there.
You need some glue there, don't you? Yeah.
And that's come loose.
Oh, mine's just perfect.
Yeah. Well, you bought it.
I did that. My brother did it.
You bought it like that.
I didn't buy it like this.
I built this from scratch. It's old matchsticks.
I wish I'd never said it now.
There we go. See, mine's all proper and made and handmade and took years of toil
No, it didn't.
and loyal.
You said you enjoyed doing it to me. You said it was like a therapy doing it,
Well,
Galleon.
to a point, yeah. But it can become a bit obsessive, you know.
Have you tried it in the bath yet?
What, the boat?
Yeah.
No. Not yet, no. I'm a bit frightened.
I've had mine in the bath.
Have you?
Yeah.
Was there room to get in?
I've got a big bath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I tried it in the bath. It was all right. I really got a very deep bath, you see. So
Oh, okay.
Once you got it in there and it was bobbing, I could then come right down low like this. And I could imagine I was some
You
sort of
actually
like
did like
submarine in like a U-boat.
Did
like
you start going?
No, because that's a shark. I wasn't pretending I was a shark. Someone would have sang the theme to Das Boot, but I can't remember that one. Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Boot is German for boat.
It is.
Why don't they just make it German for boot? That would have been much easier.
Yeah. I still prefer mine. There's been more love.
Look at your droopy little flag.
There's been more love.
Look at
and
your I've got a
attention
proper
given.
flag. Look, I've got a proper flag with the
You
Union
bought
Jack on
that
it.
made. You know what I mean?
Well, what's yours made out? It looks like
Yeah,
a bloody.
I did it from
looks
scratch.
like an adder's tongue.
Look,
There's some adder walking around not being able to do his S's. Like Chris Eubank in adder form. Did you watch that boxing match?
I didn't.
That was brilliant.
Okay.
I love Chris Eubank. He's one of my favourite people.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't even want to do this. It's all gone now.
You know, I'm looking forward to the Sunday Club now. You're starting to.
I know,
you know,
this pales into
You're
insignificance.
giving me a sense of apathy now with this. You know, it's all becoming.
Yeah, it's not worth
you know,
doing, is it?
No. You know, I'm starting to lose interest in it, to be honest. I think I might sell it off to the local Maritime Museum. You know, they might be interested in it, hadn't they?
Well,
you think?
we do live in the Midlands, so
You
having
know,
a maritime museum in the Midlands, it
it's
sounds
not
like
really-
it's an oxymoron.
Well, no, we're well
You're
known
just a
for
moron
carpets.
for saying it.
We're well known for carpets, not for galleons, unfortunately.
Well, this was a carpet factory where we've sat.
I know. Yeah.
Where we sat right now
Yeah.
is where the boss of the carpet
Yeah.
factory would have resided.
Yeah. See, the rudder works and everything, look. Everything works. It all works. Everything works. It's a fully working model.
If you look at mine, see what my rudder is attached to that metal thing there, and then if you open this up in here and have a look inside, you will
Is
see
that where
there's
the CD player is?
no, there's actually a motor and radio. This one will work in the you can control it.
That's cheating now. This one's.
What do you mean cheating? It's
this
a
one-
boat, it's
yeah, but
supposed-
this one's totally driven by wind power. You know?
Oh, this one is it? It's
You
driven
know,
by.
totally driven by wind power. This one. You know. Look at that.
Oh, you have got a nice flag at the back of yours. You've got a Union Jack and a St George's flag mixed together.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Don't let them put that on here too much. They could accuse me of being far right again if you've got one of those flags on. Oh, I want you know this bit. I don't know whether this will be kept on the video at the end. I'm letting it run because I just like getting on people's nerves because they're going to watch it. They'll go, "Oh God, when's this going to finish?" But they
It's
want
just going on and on and
but
on.
They want to know whether something at the end might be good. You see?
Should we keep them hanging?
Yeah.
What we're going to tell them?
We don't tell them anything. I'll do it. I'll do
So
it in
you're just going to fade to
post-production.
grey. Fade
Might
to grey.
do, or there might be something really good at the end.
Fade to grey. Like a bonus.
What?
What kind of bonus?
Oh, bonus.
Yeah, a bonus.
Bonus. That sounds like a prog band, doesn't it? Bonus.
Yeah.
There's never been a prog band called Bonus. I might form a prog band just
Yeah,
to utilise
bonus.
that name, Bonus.
Bonus key.
Why would it be Bonus Key?
Well, it just sounds better.
It has to be two words
It
for
has
a
to be
prog
two,
band,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Bonus key. Yeah.
I've always thought if you get some sort of mythical or mysterious character from history or sort of myth, and then you get any inanimate object and follow it up, you've got your automatic prog name. You see what I'm saying? So take someone like from the
Like
past.
Achilles dragon.
There we go.
There you go.
But it doesn't have to be dragon. It could be anything. It could be like a toaster. So you just get like someone from the past who's a bit mythical.
Okay.
Like
Plato's toaster.
there we go.
There you go. I actually asked Gandalf's fist why they came up with that name. And they said that they were looking to sort of pursue it and have something like Saruman's sandal and progress on to other variations based on Lord of the Rings.
The thing is that we could spend hours trying to make comical prog names up using this method, and it doesn't matter what we do, we will never beat Spock's beard. Or Porcupine Tree.
I know.
Porcupine Tree's an awful name. I would have thought that Stephen Wilson had more taste.
Or
He
the
was a
pineapple thief.
pineapple thief. I mean, who steals pineapples?
Yeah. It's actually from a book. I asked Bruce Sword that in an interview. It was actually taken from a book.
I would have called it Swords Play.
Because it was originally going to be
Why?
pineapple thief. But they added the
Yeah.
because it sounded too similar to
Why
Porcupine
not
Tree.
Swords Play?
Swords play.
Yeah, for his band, Swords Play. It's a pun. It's way better than bloody Pineapple Thief or the Pineapple
It
Thief.
had to be the. You have to have a the in there. Because all the bands in the 60s had the. They were always the something, weren't they?
That's Gavin Harrison's band now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bet he was glad when that gig came along, wasn't he? After he stopped doing Porcupine Tree.
Yeah, well, they'll be doing another album.
Who will?
Porcupine Tree.
You reckon?
Yeah, he said so. Stephen Wilson said so. There's a very good possibility they'll do another album. Well, you think how much money they raked in from doing that last tour? Every gig they did sold out. Worldwide. Then they sold out Wembley Arena. Prog band. Sold out. We went to that.
Is it worth me getting Neo back together then?
Yeah.
Think we'll sell out?
Do it. God, yeah. Prog
didn't
supergroup of that stature. For sure. Yeah. Anything goes.
I think I've fallen out of everybody in that band now. Definitely, well, two of them.
Well, time will tell. Time's a good healer. I've always said that. Anyway, have you got it all written down?
Yeah.
Everything that you've got written down, yeah?
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you at the Sunday Club.
The Sunday
Unless
Club.
you buy the
It
streaming,
kicks
we
off
won't see
the last
you.
Sunday of June.
Last
with
Sunday,
Candy Craig and Ebb.
Candy Craig and Ebb. And with my Art Flow on. Come on. Get on down. We've got them all coming. We've got Cannonball. Little and Large. Ebb and Flow. Come on.
Peters and Lee.
Peters and Lee. I remember them. Was he blind, that fellow?
Yeah, they're on.
Pete.
We've got them in November.
I think he's dead, mate.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, it's his son. Peter's son and Lee. It is.
I could never understand how Peters had pulled that bird. How the hell did he pull it? But then he had no idea anyway, because he's bloody blind, wasn't he?